Hey my lovelies, welcome back to my channel, and in this set I am using both the gel polish and acrylic colour of the week from Gems Nail Systems and one of our brand new cover acrylics that were released only last week. So Miss Tammy is all set up for this set, and our acrylic colour of the week this week is the beautiful Elouise. She is a multi-cut glitter acrylic from the Summer Vibes collection, and from the brand new 2024 Core Acrylic release we have Andie. She is stunning, just wait till you see her. And as always, we've got to have a little touch of crystal clear. And I'm using these iridescent flowers that came free with the Flower Power Elite Glitter collection. So before we can get into the design and you can see these new colours, we're going to have to do our thin clear base. So the tips I've used for this set I think are the extra long coffin tips, and I have cut them down slightly because they are extra long and I didn't want the set to be quite that long. These have a really deep C curve. I'm on the fence as to whether these are my favourites to use or if I prefer the stiletto tips, but it is a gorgeous C curve. I'm just finishing off our thin clear base and then we will start the design. So Elouise is only colour of the week until tomorrow night. So you're going to need to be quick to get her while she is reduced to £5 because from Monday morning she will be back to that full price. And the same goes for our gel polish colour of the week, which you're going to see later on in the design. Thin clear base is down and I'm going to start off on the middle finger and the ring finger, and I'm applying Elouise at the tip, blending her back for a glitter ombre. And all the nails are glitter ombres, just a couple of them have got a little something extra going on. So I place my first bead at the tip and then use the tip of my brush just to move the glitter pieces around for full coverage, then added another one nearer to where that base nail free edge is, and then I'm just blending it back slightly just so that it sort of feathers out a little bit. Elouise is a gorgeous mix. She's got some sort of satiny matte glitter, she's got iridescent glitter, she is multi-size, she is beautiful. In fact, the Summer Vibes collection that she is part of, they are all stunning glitter acrylics. I absolutely love that collection, and we do have a Summer Vibes glitter gel polish collection too available at Gems. I'm just doing the same on the ring finger, and then we are going to show you Andie, one of our brand new cover acrylics. So we released 5 last night. This is my absolute favourite. Andie is a beautiful pink. She is a darker pink than we have in the range so far. Not really showing at this point in the video, but trust me, you are going to see in a moment, and she is full of sparkle. She was my favourite. Us ambassadors were given a selection and we had to pick which ones we liked. We were only allowed to pick 3 and there was about 30 to choose from, but Andie was my top choice. I absolutely loved her. My second choice unfortunately wasn't in this drop, but hopefully next year, you never know. But she, in last night's release, was the most popular. She is like a candy pink. So if you think we've got Pearl and Rosabella, which are sort of our real pinky pinks, Andie is a darker pink. It's really not doing her justice at the moment, but by the end of this design you will hopefully see what I mean, but she is stunning. So I'm applying her at the tip on the index finger and the pinky, and I'm just blending her back just as far as I've blended back Elouise on the middle and the ring finger. So I'm going to do my glitter ombre on these two nails, but swap it. So where I've got Elouise at the tip, I'm putting Andie at the tip. And I'm just patting it down, blending it back just towards that base nail free edge. I find if I'm putting the glitter over top, I don't need the blend to be quite so perfect because the glitter is going to cover most of it. Whereas if I'm doing the acrylic over the top, I really like to get a nice soft blend of that glitter because you are going to see it slightly through, which is the point. I'm just adding a little bit more so that I've got sort of even coverage throughout without adding too much bulk, just because I'm not 100% sure how far down the nail the glitter acrylic is going to come, and that needs to be encapsulated. Although I do know right at the tip I'm pretty safe. So I'm just faffing around, smoothing that out, and we're going to move back to the middle and the ring finger, and I'm just going to go in with a washer clear acrylic, and I'm going to apply just a few of those flower glitter pieces. These are really cute. They are iridescent. They are quite firm. So if you were wanting to really stick them to the curve of the nail, I would come in and use like a bit of plastic to really bend them over. You can sort of bend them before you put them on the nail. I wasn't too worried about that. If you don't, you might end up filing some of them away, but I wasn't worried about that too much because I knew some of it was going to be covered anyway. So I've only added sort of 3, 4, maybe 5 on each nail, just sort of randomly place them on. Well, I say randomly, I ended up sort of placing them in similar places on both tips. And I'm just going to leave those two set in place while I move back to the index finger and the pinky, and I'm going to apply my Elouise glitter acrylic just from the cuticle, and then I'm going to blend it down and fade it over Andie at the tip. When I'm working with glitter, you know, I like to work with the smaller bead first at the cuticle so I can make that nice and neat. Use the tip of my brush to move those pieces around, and then I'll add a little bit more and start using the brush just to feather and fade it down. So I've got a nice sort of blend of that glitter acrylic without covering too much of the cover acrylic. Whilst Elouise is our glitter of the week, and I like to do designs that really showcase those, because Andie is a brand new release, I wanted this design to be sort of an even mix of Elouise and Andie, so it's a set where I don't want one to overshadow the other. Exactly the same on the pinky, and you know, if I feel that there's a bit too much glitter in one place, I just use the very tip of my brush just to move it around. Onto the middle and the ring finger, and I'm going to apply Andie at the cuticle. So I've placed my first bead where Elouise is fading out, and then I'm just going to feather her over top of the glitter acrylic and those glitter pieces. I don't mind that I'm hiding some of what I've done. That is the whole point of doing the glitter first. Once I was happy, I've gone in with a cuticle bead, slightly bigger, place it short of the cuticle, and then feather that over top of the bead I've already done. Again, I will probably cover a little bit more of the glitter and the flowers, but that is the whole point, and then just get my brush and tidy up the cuticle. Although I did a pretty good job with that bead, so I didn't feel I needed to go back. And I'm repeating the process on the ring finger. So here you can see I'm just tapping it back to get that nice neat cuticle, and then just pulling the rest of that bead down and just blending it over what I have already done. Checking to make sure I've got even coverage, I haven't got any little gaps, and if I have, just adding a little bit more of that product. And here is the acrylic design all down, and I hope you can start to see the pink in that gorgeous Andie. Really, she is beautiful. So I now need to encapsulate this design in crystal clear acrylic, bring in the apex and all of the structure, and then I will use my Katie Barnes e-file and my Gems hand files just to file this, refine the surface, get that nice smooth shape, tidy up the sidewalls and free edge, ready for finishing this design. So here she is, all freshly filed, and we're going to give it a good rub-a-dub-dub, scrubby scrub scrub. Get rid of any fluff, dust or anything I don't want in the finished design. And this is where we're going to add some of our gel polish colour of the week, Millie. So I've got a tile as my palette today, and here is Millie. She's a beautiful neon pink gel polish from the Taste the Rainbow collection, and just like Elouise, she is £5 until the end of day on Sunday. So I've just decanted a little bit out onto my tile, which was left over from when they did the splashback around my sink, and I've got my Addison brush from Gems, and I'm going to apply sort of a V French just at the tip. So I'm coming down sort of where the finger starts, so sort of where the natural nail would be, and then I'm just painting straight lines meeting in the middle, so we've got this sort of V shape going on, and I only wanted to use a touch of Millie, and I did see this sort of design on social media, but I can't remember who it was by. So I've just tweaked it slightly, and then I'm just going to make sure that line is as straight as it can be. I didn't worry if it wasn't perfect because I was going to add a little bit extra, and then I'm just going to come in with the brush from the bottle just to fill in those sides. So we've got a full Millie. And then I'm going to do exactly the same on the ring finger, going back in with my Addison brush just to really neaten it up and just level out some of that gel polish, make sure it wasn't pooling in places or it wasn't too thick in places, otherwise it's not going to cure properly. Then just go back with that brush from the bottle, add a little bit more on the other side, and really I'm just faffing. And I'm going to do exactly the same on the ring finger. So you can see where I'm starting, just sort of at the side of the finger itself, and just pulling and painting on that diagonal to the middle of the nail, trying to get it sort of even on both sides, and then again I'm going to fill in. If you're worried that you might sort of smudge that first nail, just flash cure it before you do the second. And if you're working on a client and you're doing two hands, you could do one nail on one hand, cure, one nail on the other hand, cure, da, da, da. Whilst that's in the lamp, I'm going to add a little bit of angel white to my little tile here. I don't want loads, and I'm going to mix angel and Millie together just to give me a slightly lighter pink, and I'm just going to add a line of that where my little diagonal lines are. You'll see what I mean in a moment. I just wanted a little bit of contrast, and I thought this mix was a really nice addition to all the pink in the nail. So that was curing for 60 seconds, and now I'm going to come back and I'm just going to add a line, and that's why it didn't matter if my Millie lines weren't totally neat, because I could tidy them up and disguise them with this pink stripe, and I'm literally just going for a striped line, nothing more. And I'm going to do that on both nails and then pop back in the lamp for a 60-second cure, and I'll tidy my brush. I clean my brush on my tile while that is curing. I love that I had a few tiles left over to use. Just going to clean the other two nails again, because they might have picked up some dust and fluff while I was working, and I don't want that. And now it's time to bring in the queen of all nails, Miss Tina Top, and we are going to add her to all of these nails. This is going to bring out the shine, bring out the glitter, bring out the shimmer in Andie. It's going to seal all that gel polish that I've added and going to give us a super shiny hard wearing finish. Tina Top is a tack free top coat, and she honestly is simply the best. Yes, I have to go there now. That is the new tagline for Tina Top, simply the best. I'm sure I've stolen that from somewhere. So we're going to apply a nice generous coat of Miss Tina to all of these nails before popping in the lamp to give her that 60-second cure. And then this sort of Elouise Andie ombre with Millie French detailing set is done. God, that is a little bit of a mouthful. I don't think we'll be calling that video this video that, but that's essentially what it is. Elouise Andie Ombre with Millie French detailing. So I'm just finishing off my top coat, just tidying it up where I feel it's starting to pool or I've added a little bit too much. I've not even added it to the pinky, so ought to do that. And then in the lamp she'll go for 60 seconds, and in just a moment's time we're going to see her fully cured and this design finished. Yeah, now one faff in. Absolute faff. But here she is, all cured and finished. I love this design. I love Andie. She is going to be used a lot in coming designs because she is beautiful. And I loved these colours together. I thought they worked. It's a really nice summery design. You could do it just as the ombre and miss out the Millie gel polish detail. You could miss out the flowers and just have that ombre, but I wanted to try and tie everything together. So how do you think I did? And what do you think of Andie, one of our new Core Acrylics? Honestly, this is not doing her justice on camera at the moment. I'm hoping the pictures at the end might just show off how stunning she is, but I am loving her. So as always, I will link all of the products in the description box, and don't forget you can use Helen5 for 5% off full price products at gemsnowsystems.com. You need to be quick if you want to get Millie and Elouise at the reduced price of £5 each, because they will be back to full price Monday morning. But obviously if you are too late, you can use my discount code to save a few pennies. All of the links will be in the description box, but that is it for this design. So please give this video a thumbs up. Leave me any comments down in the comment section, and if you've not done so already, maybe you're new to my channel or you've just not gotten around to it, I would love it if you would click that subscribe button. I will be back next week with some designs using our brand new colour of the week and an extra special design on Monday. But until then, enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll be back on Monday. Bye! Mwah.